Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Night Owl channel. In this video, I'm going over a Town Hall 10 attack strategy for you guys. The Queen Walk Mass Miner attack strategy. It's a pretty powerful strategy. Definitely would recommend trying it out for people who like miners, and then for people who want to have a new attack strategy in their arsenal, definitely would recommend it. It's a very powerful strategy. You just need to work your pathing with the miners. All right, so before we jump into the replays, let's take a look at the army composition used for this strategy. It's 1 archer, 3 loons, 2 wizards, 4 healers, a baby dragon, 25 miners. I have 3 heals, 2 rages, a poison. In my wall wrecker, I have 7 loons, a freeze, and of course the wall wrecker itself. Now the troops can vary a little bit. I was experimenting a little bit with the wall wrecker and the troops and stuff like that because the wall wrecker and the queen charge part of this miner strategy is very important. You need to get a lot of high value from it, and it seems that the strategy works well when the queen remains alive and she still has her ability intact throughout the entire raid. So as we go through the replays, I'm going to be letting you guys know what to look for and what to really keep track of while you're doing this attack strategy. Okay, first example we got here. This is a friendly challenge against one of my anti 3-star bases for my other Town Hall 10 account. I just wanted to test it out against this base because miners are really good against anti 3 bases, and I just wanted to see how well it would do. The main objective for the queen charge is to locate, lure out, and kill the CC troops. If you can take out some splash damage on the way, if you can take it out a hero, those are all big bonuses. CC troops is your main objective with the queen charge and also the wall wrecker. I'm going to play it here. Queen's going to start on that cannon right there. I want her to walk down this way. Alright, and we'll load out the CC troops, and then we're going to kill them. And you can see I'm already funneling my queen herself, making sure she doesn't go around with my baby dragon and wizard, taking out some of those outside buildings. Alright, I want to pause it here. I'm also starting my preemptive pathing for the miners. King has been dropped already. So I'm going to take my miners from the 9 o'clock corner, not on the baby dragon, but from this corner right here, all the way through the base to the other side. That's the path I want the miners to take because I want them to stay together. I don't want them to deviate too much from each other. They'll, they get picked off and stuff like that. And that's why it's good to take out splash damage, because you're trying to keep your miners together. So if there's a lot of splash damage around your miners, they're going to do a lot of damage to a lot of miners at one time. Okay, so we're going to keep playing it here. King's going to do his job on the outside there, take out those buildings. He's going to move his way down this way and take out some of these buildings, which is excellent. It's going to help with the pathing for the miners. Queen's still making her way towards the middle. I was a little afraid she almost popped out towards the middle here, or towards the right side there, but I put some miners down just in case she wanted to go around. But she goes back towards the middle there, which is good for me. And the pathing is pretty much set up now. Now I just need to wait for her to load out those CC troops. Alright, I already put my wall wrecker down. I'm just going to pause it one more time. Okay, for some replays, you're going to put the wall wrecker with the queen. And the wall wrecker is actually going to be the thing that actually smashes its way through the base, so the queen can actually follow behind it and get towards CC troops. In some of the replays, you're going to see that, and I'll go over a replay where she needs to do that. In the next example, you're going to see that the wall wrecker actually gets used with the queen. The queen's going to fall behind the wall wrecker and pull out the CC troops. Alright, so CC troops get pulled out. First rage goes down because I just want to help her when it gets that expo, and of course the CC troops. Wall wrecker is going to assist the miners on this one. I use my freeze on that tower just to slow it down a little bit, and loons pop up right on top of that tower. They're going to take him down, and King's already dead. But the pathing for the miners have been set. They're going to make their way through the base. I've already used my first heal. Now at this point, I still have my queen's ability. Okay, I still have that rage that I could use for my queen. I could use it for my loons. That rage is actually for your queen charge, but since you already achieved her objective, you can use it for whatever you want. So I use it for my loons there, and a couple miners to get them through pretty quickly. Okay, so second heal goes down on those miners down here, and I'm just watching and seeing how the rest of the attack goes. I want to save that last heal for, when the miners really need it. I've noticed this last compartment still has, wizard tower, multi-tower, barb king. I mean, there's a lot of, high damage over here, splash damage. So that's what I'm going to save my last heal for. I still got a good group of miners over here, and I still have my queen's ability. So I'm just watching and making sure that she doesn't lose too much health or anything. Miners are making their way towards that, the barb king, the multi-inferno tower, and that's where I'm going to use my last heal, right? They're going to get locked on. There goes the king. Take down the collector. They're going to pop back up. Boom. Okay. I'm going to wait a little longer until they get into the middle there, and there it goes. Last heal. Bomb goes off, towers on them, wizard towers on them, cannon, Tesla, everybody's focused on them, so that's, the best time to use that last heal. Still have my queen's ability, and there's just a little bit of defenses up there. So it's a pretty easy strategy to do. Some bases are going to be a little different than this one. I mean, not all the bases are going to be the same, but it works really well against these anti-3 bases because if you can just set the pathing, there's a lot of buildings on the outside. That's the key to that. So the key to the anti-3 bases is that they have buildings on the outside. With the square bases and like the center town hall bases, there's no buildings on the outside, or if there are, you know, there's still buildings on the inside to where the miners could pop out and go out instead of going straight through the path. But because the king took down that path and that side, they didn't have anywhere else to go except for the middle. Okay, so here's the second example. This is another friendly challenge against one of my bases. This is a center town hall base. This is what I was talking about before with the pathing and with, you know, the wall wrecker helping the queen get towards the middle there. Clan Castle is pretty close to the outside, so not a difficult queen charge, you know, not too difficult to get there and get the CC troops out, but still the same principle is applied. We're gonna play it here, and we're gonna start off by funneling the left side with that baby dragon and wizard again. All right, just clearing out some of those buildings. I don't want her to go towards that side, so, you know, I want her to follow the wall wrecker into the middle of the base, kill the CC troops, all that good stuff. That's your main objective with this attack strategy. Make sure to always kill the CC troops, all right? The queen, you know, stepped up towards the middle there. Trap Teslas are on the outside there, and wall wrecker is going to break its way through. CC is coming towards the wall wrecker and the queen. The rage is going to go down because she was targeted by 3 point defenses there. And I dropped a couple of loons here. I was hoping that they could snipe off, you know, an archer tower or two, and also test for any black air mines and stuff like that, but that sweeper got in the way there, and I couldn't end up taking that archer tower down. I could have waited a little longer, you know, waited for those loons to get popped out of the wall record, as you can see, but I didn't, and you know, I was unable to take that archer tower down, but that's okay. You know, queen's still making her way through. I'm going to pause it here. King's already being placed. Now, point of the king in this attack strategy is pathing. That is his job. He's to set the path for the miners on the other side. So queen's on the left side, she's clearing all these buildings. His job is to take down the right side. He's kind of a suey on this one. He's kind of suiciding. It's just something that has to happen in order for the miners to go where they want to go. The reason that, you know, sometimes it doesn't work as well in these bases, and I'm gonna keep playing it here, is because the king's gonna take down, you know, this. He might even go this way and take down these buildings, which is great. But unfortunately, he can't get into these bases, or these structures, excuse me. He can't get down and take down any of these structures because, you know, he's a king. He has to break through the wall first in order to get to all those, and he's gonna die before he even gets there, or he turns back around anyway. Miners are coming in now, and I'm gonna pause it one more time. So the reason that these bases sometimes are a little tricky is because they have stuff in the middle and they have stuff on the quote-unquote outside. So the miners, if they get to this tower, which they do, they split in half, or they split up, and now some of the miners are going towards the middle and some of them are going towards the outside, and as a whole, as a unit, they're getting weaker because they're not all together. So as you can see there, they're making their way towards those structures, taking them down. King actually survives there. He didn't die. Thought he got picked off, but he's still alive, and he's going to make his way towards the outside, which is good because hopefully it keeps the miners on the inside of the base. That's what we want. That's where all the defenses are. That's good. But see, miners split up. Half of them go this way, half of them go that way. So I use that rage, that optional rage, you see, instead of using for the queen charge, I use it for the miners there to get through those defenses as quickly as possible, because there's a lot of fire coming down in that area. And then second and third heal. Second one's over there. Third one's right there where that queen is, wizard tower, you know, single inferno tower, all that good stuff. Queen still has her ability. I've noticed with this strategy, when I first started using it, I tried to like isolate the queen on her queen charge and leave her alone, and then use the miners by themselves. But I've noticed that when I put the miners with the queen, or on the same path as the queen, or kind of just near her, and she can, you know, survive longer, or perhaps, you know, the defenses are more distracted on the miners at first. It seems to end up in more 3 stars because the queen still has her ability. I still have tons of miners left, and I have my king left, all that good stuff. But every time I, you know, put them away from it, I always had a hard time getting the 3-star or running out of time. And having that queen alive for the duration of the entire attack, especially her ability like that, it turns out it gets you a lot more 3 stars than not. Okay, last example we have here. This is not one of my bases. This is a matchmaking attack that I found, and I couldn't find any matchmaking attacks that has CC troops in it. I wish I could find one, but I couldn't. This is the best I could do. That's why I showed you the first 2 ones, to show you that that's what you need to do in order to do it successfully, is take down the CC troops. But the reason I'm showing a matchmaking one is because I don't want people to keep looking at my friendly challenge ones and being like, oh, well, you know where all your traps are. You know where all your Teslas are. Easy for you to restart your own base. So we're just going to go over this with one more example, right? All right, so we're going to start it here, and we're going to start on this top corner. All right, so this is what I said before, just like in the last replay, we're going to use the wall wrecker to path our way into the middle of the base with the queen and charge our way towards the CC. There is no CC troops in this replay. I wish there was. If there was, I would use that poison, as you can see. on the CC troops that came out, and then the king, of course, because he's just right there in the middle of it. I'm using these wizards on the outside to take down those collectors. If you notice, I'm using extra wizards in this attack strategy and not the loons. And I believe there's miners in my wall record and not loons. Let me see. I think those are miners and a giant. Yeah, miners and a giant. So when I first started doing the strategy, there were miners. I was using miners and not loons. It just depends on what base you're attacking. With matchmaking, you can never predict what you're going to go against. You can only hope to find, you know, a reasonable base to attack. But I was using miners at first, but I found more luck and more, you know, easiness with the loons. I don't know why. It just happened to be they had more value than the miners, and that's why I stuck with the loons. All right, so I'm gonna pause it here. So just like in the first two replays, the king took out these buildings right here, and he's gonna make his way around the base and create the pathing. Now the miners are gonna come straight from the top side here and come all the way through the base to the other side. All right, so that's the point of that's how the miners are supposed to go. And then that extra raise that I have, I'm not gonna use it for my miners this time, because I got 2 X-bows on my queen right now. A third one just locked on. So I'm going to have to use that that second rage, excuse me, on my queen charge. Alright, so miners are making their way through the base, or tearing through that quadrant right here. As you can see, first heal is going to go down after they took some damage from that tower, and then the multi-end tower is going to lock onto them. So at this point now, I just need to use my 2 heals. There goes that freeze on that multi, just to, you know, mitigate some of the damage the miners are taking there. Poison goes down on that enemy queen. I still have my queen's ability, so if I had to use my poison for the CC troops, I could have popped my queen's ability right there if I needed to, but I didn't have to because there's no CC troops. If I had to because there was, you know, of course she would have survived and would have continued the attack. But third heal goes down. As you can see, the miners are ripping through this base pretty easily, and I'm just using my heals where there is a heavy concentrated defenses. Alright, so there's a Tesla farm down here, there was splash damages all over the place. That's just all you have to do. Miners are really easy to use, you just have to path them correctly. If they bounce to the outside too much and they get picked off by defenses, they become weaker as you lose more and more of them. They're stronger together as a unit. So, and I think it works really well against those anti-3 bases. These types of bases that I just attacked, it's not the best. You just have to figure out if you can path them correctly. If you can't path them through the base correctly, they're not going to be able to be effective. And like I said, they're better in a pack, they're better together, and they get weaker as they, you know, as they divert and split. So that's all the replays I'm going to go over. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it's useful. Like I said, with the miners and the queen charge, all your objective is with the queen charge to take down the CC. If you got a centered town hall and a centered CC, you're going to have to use the wall record to path your way towards it. You know, smash your way towards the middle and pull out those CC troops. Once the CC troops have been killed, you know, I would use your king to path and take out the right side or whatever side you're attacking from, and just create a path from one side of the base to the other side of the base. You really want them to stick together as they make their way through the base. All right, definitely recommend practicing it before you use it in war if you're not comfortable with miners. But other than that, guys, that's all I have for this video. I'm gonna have a few replays play so you can see it work on different types of bases. But other than that, guys, if you enjoyed it or if it helped you, definitely appreciate a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.